Okay, so yesterday we started looking at time series, and we also looked at one method of smoothing this time series, which was using the means. Now with this, today we're doing another method where we're smoothing the data. So we're trying to take away some of those random fluctuations and see what an overall trend is happening when we're smoothing. So with this smoothing, we're using the medians. So the median smoothing is always done graphically. So so this say always done on the actual graph, on the graph of time series. Okay. So this is where hopefully that's a good indication. If you've got the graph and they're asking you to do some smoothing on the actual graph, you're probably doing the median, okay? Still always double check, but that's what we're doing. So what you do, if we have a look at this, we've got a little mini time series, or they've actually just got a scatter plot. But if we thought about it, this will be time along here, and whatever our response variable will be on here. So what we're going to do is you go in order. So we've got the first three. I'm just highlighting them a little bit more. We've got the first three dots of our time series. So say we are going to do 3 median smoothing. So when we're doing 3 median smoothing, you got to remember we're always really interested in the Y value. So say for example, we would have had, so when X was 1, 2, and 3. So when X was 1, the Y was 3, or the response variable. When X was, actually we don't even have that. We had X was 3. Sorry. X was 3. We had the Y value was 1. And when X was 4, we had the Y value was 4. Okay? So these are our first 4 dots. If you were finding the median of 3 numbers, you would put them in lowest to highest, and so that would be 1, 3, and 4. They're the Y. So we're looking at their Y values, and if you put it in, this one would be the median value. So what you do, you've got these first 3 dots. You're going to put the median value along the middle X. So the middle X was that 3. There was 1 and there was 4, but that's the middle one of the 3 dots. And what you're going to do, it'll be somewhere along that line there, and you write the median for it. So out of those 3 numbers, the median was 3. So here would be my first smooth value. So you can see when I do 3 median smoothing, remember yesterday when we did 3 mean, we lost the first one. So my first smooth value will be on the second point, or my second X value, okay? So what we do is it does become easier. Instead of like having to write out the numbers, put them in order, what you can do is you can get your ruler, and of those 3 highlighted dots, if you have 3 numbers in order, what's the median's going to occur on which one? The second highest. Do you agree? Yeah? So if we run the ruler up, see how we would have been in line with that second highest Y value. So let me go to the next page and help you, because I've got a ruler set up. All right, so let's have a look. Here's the 3 median smoothing. They want me to smooth this graph with 3 median smoothing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. So first we take the first 3 dots. So I'm looking at these first 3 like that. And what I'm going to do, this red line. So we've highlighted those first 3 dots. Now you told me that it would be the second highest that's in the median. So if I run it up, see how I hit that bottom one first? That's 1, 2. So I'm in line. My median's going to be 10. But what I have to do is it will have to be along the middle of the middle X value. So we had January, February, March. So therefore, this is where the first, sorry, I just change that to a bit smaller. This is my first smooth median. I'm just going to put a cross there. Okay, so then, what we're going to do is we're going to take the next 3. So I'm going to delete that one there, and I'm doing the next 3. So those 3 highlighted ones. So I'm going to take this ruler and move it up. So I'd be going 1, 2, and it's on that line with that second one. So in this case, the median is actually the dot, and that's okay. It can be that. Then we're going to take away the next one. Sorry, and I'm going to do the next 3. So I'm doing 1, 2, 3. So I'm looking at the 3 purple highlighted. Sorry, the video has... Okay, so these 3 purple highlighted ones. So if I'm going up on April, because April's my middle X value, or X of my 3 purple dots. And I'm going up the line of April, and I'm until I get to the second highest purple dot. So if I go 1, 2, it's actually in line with that other cross that we already have there. Oh, sorry, that's in my bad. Yeah, so we pop it in here. So it would be along here, but in line. So it's a little bit above that one. So then the next one we are going to do is I'm taking off that purple, and we're going to be doing, I just put that cross back there. So then we're doing the next 3 purple dots, which are those ones. So I'm actually going up on May, and if you go up on them, I'm not going to use this ruler, it's getting out of control. So if I go up on May, what's the second highest purple dot is actually in line with this. So it's in line with there, because May's one is actually higher, and then we keep on going. So we keep doing that. So I take off this purple, and we do the next 3 purple dots. So you just keep going along, yeah? And so in this one, it'd be 1, 2. This one will actually be the dot again. Okay, and then you keep on going. So the next 3, it will be that line. The next 3, if I'm going along here, it will be in line with there. The next 3 would be in line with there. October would be one a bit lower, and November would be in line with that one. Okay, so that's me smoothing the data. So then you can join all the red crosses, and you should see that it takes away some of the jaggedness, and it starts to smooth it off a little bit. All right. My first smooth value is going to be on number 2, like along the 2 on the X. And there it is. So if I move it along there, 1, 2, it's going to be in line with this one here, the first dot. So my actual first smooth value would be here. Okay. Then what I'd be doing is I'd be taking into account, I'm going up on the 3. And so you'll take the 2 dots either side of the 3. So what you're looking at is this dot, and this dot. And out of those 3 dots, which one's the second highest? It would be in line with here. So you can see our cross there, yeah? So then I'll do it in a different color just so you can see. So if I'm going along 4, I'd be using this dot, and this dot. Okay, and if I look at what's the second highest Y value, it'll be in line with that one there. All right, so you can see if we start to do it, we're starting to smooth it away. So if I do another one, if I do it along 5 would be taking into account those 3 dots, and number 5 is actually the second highest value, so it would have it like that. So you can see we're smoothing it along. I'm not going to keep circling. I'm just going to keep marking where they are. So 6 is that one. 7 is inline there. 8 is inline with this dot there. And 9 is the last one I can do. And 9 is actually its own dot. So then you would just join up all those red crosses, and that's the smooth value. So maybe write a note when you do 3 median. You lose the first and last point, yeah? So you would start your values on 2 and we finish at 9. With 5 median smoothing, what you're going to do is you take, obviously the first 5 dots will be my first smooth value. So the middle of those 5 dots is 3. So here's where my first smooth value is going to be. Now you remember, if you have 5 numbers in order of lowest to highest, the third highest is going to be the median. So if I go up those dots, see, this one would have been 1, this one would have been 2, and this one would have been third. So what I'm going to do is my red cross will be in line with that number, that third dot in there. Okay, so then you just keep going, and then you obviously take away the first dot, and then you're doing the next 5, and we would be going along 4 this time, and then you go up there. So it'd be 1, 2, we're looking for the third, which looks like in line with that. Okay, so there's my third dot. When I do 5, so remember, I've got to take into account that one. So when you're on a day of the week here, you've got to do 2 before it and 2 after it, because we're doing 5, and you want the third highest. So for number 5, it's actually that line, the dot. Okay, for 6, it is 1, 2, I think 6 is in line again, like that. 7 would be 1, 2, looks like it's in line with this guy. And 8's going to be the last one I can do, because I can only do 2 before it and 2 after. So 1, 2, and it looks like it's in line with here, this guy here. So there we go. I could smooth that one out. Sorry, you want to check the 8 one? Yeah. So the 8 one here, it's this 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm tipping, I don't know, 1. This would have been the first, maybe 2, and I'm saying that's the third highest there.
Yes, but day 6 shouldn't it be a number?
So we notice with the 5 median, so 5 median smoothing, we lost the first and last 2 data points. Okay, and then they can actually do lots. They can do, you don't do even median, you only do odd numbers. So you're only going to get 3, 5. They can do 7, they can do 9. It's just they'll only get you to do 1, and you'll have to smooth it. So if you think about it, let's think about it. If we had 9 dots, just in case they do this, so if you had 9 dots that you had to talk about, it's going to go, you're going to be the, it's going to be the 5th highest, isn't it? So you'll move your ruler up, and when you hit the 5th, you go the 5th highest. They have asked, I've seen in an exam where they said they did have 12, so they had 1 to 12. So the median would occur between the 6th and the 7th. So all you do is you go up your ruler counting, and when you get to the 6th and you go to the 7th, it's in between those 2, okay? They only ever get you to do 1. They don't get you to do the whole graph in the exam. So here's an exam question to help you understand what you'll get asked. So it says in question 4, the time series plot shows the minimum rainfall recorded at a weather station each month against the month number 1 equals January. So there's that time code that I remember I said you have to put in. So it said the 5 median smoothing, So the 5 median smoothing has been used to smooth the time series. The first 4 are shown with the crosses, so you can see they're shown there. And it says complete the 5 median smoothing by marking the smooth values with an X. Okay, so I'll try to zoom in a little bit now. Okay, so we've got to continue it, and you can see the first 2 are gone because you lose 2, and you know the last 2 are not going to be there either, and so we only have to do a couple more. So let's have a look. We're looking at 7. So 7, and we'd use, because it's 5 median, we need to look at the 2 before it and the 2 after it. Now, because it's 5, I need the 3rd highest, which to me looks like in line with this guy, yeah? So there's my cross, okay? Then if I take out that, I'm going to circle, I'm going along 8 now, and I'm going up 8, and I want the 3rd highest, and it actually looks like the dot that 8 is. So there's my 2 that I've done. I'm going to delete that one, and I'm going to circle. So this is how I would do it with my, I'd use a pencil, or if you've got erasable pens, so that you're not getting everything lost, yeah? You're making sure you're using the right one. So I'm going up 9. So I've got 2 before it and 2 after it. And it looks like 1, 2, it looks like in line with this guy. So there's my next cross, and I'm rubbing that one out, and I'm doing the next. Now I'm up to my last one, which was 10. That makes sense because I'm going to lose the last 2. So 10, 1, 2, and it looks like it's in line with number 8's one. So there you go, 8. All right, so then I might just delete my little circle highlights so that only my crosses are seen, okay? And there we go. Now it said just complete it by values with a cross, so you don't even have to join them, just show them with a cross. We're doing exactly what the question's asking us, all right? But in a time series, if we were doing it like for a workplace, we'd join them up.